2 minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Techelet number 49. Are these days too dark for Techelet? Moshe Sternbach, Shlita, Tshuvat Managot, Volume 1, Siman Chav Vav, writes, he gives a few reasons why not wear Techelet. He mentions the idea that some say it's nigna, as it's hidden away. God hid them away and won't be revealed to messianic times. And he writes, it certainly doesn't make sense that God would reveal it now. He's writing this tshuva about 30, 40 years ago, late 80s. And his language is fascinating. He writes, "Velo near, it doesn't seem, shedavke bizman hazeh she'ein hester kamohu." Doesn't seem like nowadays, where there's no hester, there's no hidden face of God like there is now, zachinu litgalot haTchelet, and now will be zoche, will merit to have the Techelet. Now he does go on to say, in defense of Rav Sternbach Shlita, he goes on to say that really from a purely halachic standpoint, amnam bezel lo kovim halacha, to kovei and said halacha based on the fact that it's not, that God hid them and only come back when it's a bright period of hashgacha, like Mashiach, and now is a very dark time. He admits that that's not really halachic principle, but still he does say that this is dark. There's no hester kamohu, which I love and respect Rav Sternbach. To me, those terms, no hester, there's no hidden time like today. I understand if someone writes this in 1938, 39, 40, 41, I understand that. 1980s, 90s, after the 48 war, 67 war, back in our homeland. So I understand he's part of the Eidah Charidit. And he's the head of the Eidah Charidit, so he's continuing on with the Sama philosophy. So it makes sense that's going to be consistent, that he's not going to look at 48 and 67 as a great bracha. On the contrary, it's a sitra achra, the evil forces of the universe that somehow took over in 48 and 67, as Satmar Rebbe Zatzal wrote. So I guess he's continued that ideology. It's still upsetting to me. And then to write, ain't Hester, there's no Hester. You want to say it was not a great bracha, 4867, and still there's no hester, there's no hidden face of God like there is during the 1980s, 90s. To me, it's an upsetting line, and that line and that hashkafa, that philosophy should affect whether we should have tzitzis or not. To me, is quite a difficult approach, and it's Hashem. It's Hashem, there will be clarity and brightness among all the poskim. And actually, I heard recently that Sternbach's negative approach that he had many decades ago, it may be changing. Someone I know spoke to him personally and didn't say, oh, yeah, I should wear it now, although his son and grandson are wearing tcheles, but he was not as against as he once was. It's Hashem. We should have clarity in this area. Shalom.